I'm Paul Levinson, and welcome to Light on Light Through, episode 258, my review of Raised by Wolves 2.7, probably the most powerful episode of the series, up today on HBO Max. No, I'd say it is the most powerful, and its theme was mothers and babies, which unfolded in three interrelated narratives. Spoilers ahead. The less apocalyptic story was Tempest and her newborn. You may recall last week we saw it stolen by one of those acid sea creatures. This week we find out why. The sea creature was herself a new mother who had just lost her baby. When Tempest, Hunter, and Father confront the creature in a cave, she's nursing Tempest's baby. Father plans to kill it and take the baby back, but at the last minute, Tempest says no. Now that moment says a lot, I think, about the monster-human dichotomy which animates, along with the android-human dichotomy, the entire series. Because Tempest senses, that the monster is something more, or less or different than a monster if she could be nursing her baby. That is, the monster and the human have more in common than we might think. Father gets it, but Hunter doesn't. He kills the monster nursing mother and takes back the baby, which Tempest then rejects. Now, that scene, that story would have been more than enough to be the centerpiece of this episode. But Raised by Wolves, not content with just one profundity, rolls out another. The flying serpent, which Mother gave birth to and tried to nurture, matures and eats the tree which Sue became part of last week. That tree went from a heartbeat to, after being consumed by the flying serpent, a Godzilla-level monster. Even Mother's lethal scream can't stop it, in part because a maternal instinct likely reduced the strength of the scream, in part because, well, who knows, including who knows the ratio of Mother's maternal instinct and the power of the mature serpent in accounting for why Mother's scream didn't work. And if that wasn't enough, there was a third mother-baby story, probably less profound than the other two, but still memorable and endearing. Frill the android, forsaken by her mother, determined to be part of the human community, does her best to help Campion evade the serpent. But in the end, the girl android dies of wounds she sustains in the fight. I'm very much looking forward to the second season finale next week. I know this penultimate episode will stay with me for a long, long time. And let me say here, I'm looking forward to a third season as well, which as of this moment, Thursday evening in New York, has not yet been announced by HBO Max. Well, I hope you enjoyed that review of Raised by Wolves 2.7. I will be back here with a review of the season finale, 2.8, next week. And also coming up in the next day or two will be a review of Picard 2.2. That is the second episode in the second season of Star Trek Picard. I'll have a review of Severance. And I'll also have a review of Suspicion. And I have a very special interview coming up on Monday I thought I'd lighten it up a little bit. I'm going to be interviewing the author of a book about the Beatles. That's right. So stay tuned this Monday evening for that interview. In the meantime, stay safe, stay sound, and do whatever you can to help those embattled, heroic people of Ukraine.
The Light on Light Through podcast.
Athens, 2042 AD. She ripped the paper in half, then ripped the halves, then ripped what was left again into bits and pieces of history that could have been. Sierra Waters had read once that, years ago, it was thought that men made love for the thrill, while women made love for the sense of connection it gave them.
Curled Up with a Good Book says, Sierra Waters is sexy as hell. You can find out more about The Plot to Save Socrates by Paul Levinson at theplottoSaveSocrates.com.
Paul Levinson spills code about an ancient biotech war raging on in secret for centuries.